This year is called Johnny Depp's Comeback Movie is Brilliant Move, but Hollywood Future Uncertain by Fox News, which is why I'm covering it because I covered pretty much every publication that talked about Gene DeBari except one like this. It is a throwback from May 3rd, 2024, but it's not quite ancient, then again, not fresh off the press, but new enough. Anyway, the thing is, they write some things I really like, and this article is really long. I think it goes on like 14 pages or something. They give every last detail about everything, couple of Johnny quotes and things like that. But unlike other articles, at the end, what they say is, and Johnny got vindicated and he's back. So they don't use the regurgitated stuff just because they want to make Johnny look bad and play both sides. They use it because they're setting up that he's kind of back. So aside from that, I want to focus on what they said about Gene DeBari and just some positive things in general. Johnny Depp is back on the big screen after emerging victorious in his explosive court battle with his ex-wife Amber Heard. And they say he's starring opposite French actress and director Maïwenn in the French language period romance Gene DeBari. And then they give the name of their expert, quote unquote. I always make fun of that term, so I can't say someone positive is more of an expert than someone negative, but I like what he's saying. Let's just put it that way. From a strategic standpoint, I think it's a brilliant move. It's uncertain how bright his box office star shines right now after being dragged through the defamation mud in front of the entire country. This is what I like. He frames it as Johnny was dragged through the mud by the trial and not the other way around that some people like to put it, like Amber had to go through it. Yes, I know. Johnny technically brought her to court, but he didn't really have a choice. He got fired, his name got completely smeared. He had to do it. That's why this person frames it like Johnny was the one being dragged through the mud, and I like that. That's a great way to frame it. And they give some details, of course, about Gene DeBari. They don't say negative things, like it was dry, it was bland, blah 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 blah. They just talk about it. That's what they should do. A lot of these other publications that are kind of against Johnny, kind of not, or just against Johnny, like to say things like, well, it wasn't such a good movie, and this and that. They give a few more details. They say it revolves around Mywin's character. And then they quote him on this. Instead of attracting him to a leading role in a big budget movie, which brings high expectations with it, Depp is re-entering the pool from the shallow end with a supporting role in a period piece, Eldridge said, which is the expert's name. The expected box office is small, and Johnny's role is already being touted as a standout performance of the film. More than that, Depp is choosing to do it his way, he added as Sinatra famously sang. And through it all, when there were doubts, I ate it up and spit it out. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way. Good quote. I'm not the biggest fan of Sinatra's music, but I do like quite a bit of it, and I do like Sinatra. So as I was saying, I just like the way this is written and it's framed. And like I said, it went on and on and on. They talked about the UK case, but they didn't just throw it in like, and he lost that case, by the way. They used it to say he had to work his way back against the odds. They weren't praising the victory or looking at it as some even Steven thing like some other publications like to do. And then, most notably, it says this. By winning his defamation case against his ex, Depp planted a flag not only for himself, but for men who have been wrongly accused across the country. In doing so, he galvanized an army of new fans, both men and women, who were inspired by his bravery and willingness to confront and combat the false allegations made against him. Unfortunately for Depp and others who were wrongly accused, the court of public opinion renders a verdict by allegation, not evidence, and the blowback has a calculable impact in terms of dollars and cents. I gotta say, man, this is exactly what people have been saying for years that are on Johnny's side. So I know Fox News is divisive. Some people don't like it. Some people outright hate it. But if you are a Johnny fan and you're not on their side with politics in general, you got to be agreeing with this full-fledged. I just got to say, I'm not a huge fan of Fox. There are some things they exaggerate. They've got their BS. I get it. But sometimes they print some really positive stuff about Johnny, just like this. And like I said, it's not fresh off the press, but it's new enough. It's like 4 months old or something like that. We're not talking, 2 or 3 years ago. So I figured I'd point that out because I just never covered them when Gene Dabari was first released. But then again, I've got over 3,000 videos, so I might have been forgotten because I'm getting older. No, I'm pretty sure I didn't. Okay, as you can see, I'm rambling. We're done here. If you're not subscribed, consider it. If you don't, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time. This here is called Johnny Depp's comeback movie is brilliant move, but Hollywood future uncertain expert. It's a throwback from May 3rd, 2024. Not incredibly old, but not fresh off the press. From Scott. From Scott. Who the fuck is Scott and why did I say that? You could maybe call me Sleepy John from now on. Take two.